The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Sounds like a real boogeyman. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
It's got a death curse.
This isn't science. It's more like black magic.
Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test.
All right, going for the one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hello, my Night Owl friends, and welcome to a very special episode of Pumpkin Hill Radio. My name is Travis Wormwood, and we got Dawson Trailer with us. We are no longer hosts. We are far beyond this. This is Pumpkin Hill Radio, and we listen to... no, we don't listen to. We talk about... You are listening to...
You're listening to us
You're
talk.
listening to us talk about esoteric topics. We got paranormal mysteries, high strangeness, weird science, and today we're covering true crime, possibly a double feature.
True crime.
We're going to be covering the antics of Dr. Michael Swango.
The bad
A real
doctor.
bastard, man. Someone who
The
basically...
real bad doctor.
He'd walk out of a patient's room and they just start flatlining. And it took him a long time to figure out this guy was doing it. We'll get into all that.
Many
Before
such
that, though,
cases.
Right, we are Travis and Dawson. This is Pumpkin Hill Radio. You are listening. You have joined a cult. This is Pumpkin Hill Radio. I'm just saying the same thing over and over. This is the cult of
We're coming with a lot of energy
This
right
is
now.
the cult of the Star Mother.
Yeah.
You have joined
Travis
us by
has his
listening.
headphones on still. We're just riding it.
Yeah.
A lot of energy.
I think that's basically it.
That's
Tell your friends about us. You can
Hell
rate
yeah.
us. It really helps us get the ratings in there. You can email in your cases or paranormal findings to pumpkinhillradio@gmail.com. You can check out all of our socials for daily clips, little posts here and there. Pumpkinhillradio.com is the best way to find all that stuff. You can also just search, Pumpkin Hill Radio in any search engine, and it'll just take you wherever you need.
Yeah.
But we collated it all in one place, collected it all in one place. And you
Follow
can
it,
find
subscribe it.
right on our website.
Hit that bell.
Check out
Get the
our
notifications.
Patreon as well. Before we get started here, I do want to pump the Patreon really quick.
Yeah.
Monthly episodes, weekly episodes, essentially. Every week you get a
dude.
bonus episode on top of also a monthly deep dive into something.
Yeah.
So
Hit the notifications too. You're gonna want to know when we drop
you'd
these.
like to be notified. I guarantee
You're
you.
gonna want to listen to it early.
Yeah. I think with that being said, we got a lot to cover today. We got some
Yeah,
fun
bud.
stuff. I don't want to make people pay for the Patreon every time. I just want them to do it. I don't even want to mention it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody just did it. Oh, our ghost host this week, Kaylin.
Oh, what up, Kaylin?
What up,
Nice.
Kaylin? It's good to see you aboard.
Kaylin rocks.
Good to see you on Ghost Host. If you're watching the video, you would be right where the television is.
You're on the moon today.
Yes, we are
We're
watching the moon landing.
my
Yeah, so
favorite.
thanks for being a part of Pumpkin Hill Radio, Kaylin. We really appreciate your support, and you're a real one, so we appreciate that. If you are watching, I also don't have a mic stand, and I'm currently two-handing the microphone. It's
Hold it
very
with two hands.
It's very cool. I feel very secure right now.
Yeah, you can do it stuff with your hands.
Before
the
we
whole
get
time.
into the life of Dr. Swango and his all his murders, this
What do you got?
madman. Well, I
Give
just
me an
want to
update.
talk a little bit about horror this week.
Yeah.
Biggest thing for the radio, the Pumpkin Hill Radio, the podcast, is that. So for this whole time, nearly 100 episodes, I've been playing the intro song on my phone,
Yeah.
and for the first
For
time,
us to listen to.
for us to listen to, which I then splice the real intro.
Yeah, you
over,
don't hear any
so
of
nobody
that.
even hears it. What I've done, I have a cassette playing radio, like an old boombox,
Yeah.
and I've made a cassette of the intro,
That's going to be cool.
and it'll be here soon. Side A is just
Yeah.
the intro for 30 minutes.
So you can buy that on the Etsy. Maybe get that on
And
the
then
Etsy if you
side
want.
B is your song, Dawson, called Three Screwed, which is
Yeah.
that's the official name of the song that goes in all
That's
of our
just
little
what it
ad
is.
breaks and everything. Anytime we take a break, it also plays at the end of the episode when we're wrapping up.
Yeah, I'm not good at naming anything.
So this is a one of one cassette that we'll have. But if you have any interest, we can make sure you get one for some small amount of money. If you want to hear the intro
Yeah.
30 times in a row, I did this because
It's a cool little tape. If you have a cassette player,
Yes.
you're going to be really cool playing that kind of shit.
we have kind of an esoteric retro vibe here with the magical items on the television, and I thought if we
That's
could get the
awesome.
radio involved and I could just press play on that beforehand, I might even just keep that intro. I
Yeah,
might
yeah.
even not even put the real intro over it, no matter how
yeah,
great
maybe have it
might
like
sound.
fade out and you just kind of hear us
Yeah.
in the room with it.
Yeah, so that
That'd be
for
great.
me, all kinds of horror this week. But I think as far as the podcast is concerned, there's a cassette coming, people.
Yeah. Get the intro on cassette.
And I'm now making full eye contact with the camera, which I never do. Now that we have this new setup,
Yeah. I like looking over at the camera a little more. Like it's
getting the people involved.
it's like our audience.
It is.
It is.
Hello, audience. Dawson, any horror this week for you before the Dr. Swango?
Oh shit! I feel like I had some. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything.
I know you wanted to get out a little bit into nature recently. I know even.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I was wanting. I was going to go do that, but I had to go get my car fixed. It was really. It was like $20.
That's nice.
But it's running good, so let's just keep riding.
You were wanting to.
I'm always gonna have to fix something on my car.
Put some of this magic we've been talking about into practice. We've been going over the elements, the avatar.
I did do because I had to walk after we did that episode. I walked home and I was definitely like hitting the trees, gathering wind. I think it was working.
You said you were gonna hit the walk raw, no music. You said
no music, and I was hitting the wind, listening to the wind, talking to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
I got home and tried to like chi blast my fucking plants.
Yeah. You better believe
it's working, dude.
Harnessing chi.
I could feel it, dude. I was like,
yeah.
They like moved a little bit.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, just listen to last week's episode about
we're
airbending.
Practicing airbending, elemental bending,
and we promise it's real.
It's so real.
With that,
I'll get good at it and I'll prove it.
I think, we will prove it at some point.
We'll go on live and I'll do it once I'm good. It'll be like 2 years, maybe.
I see those.
Give me
lives.
2 years.
I see those lives sometimes. It's just some random dude with like a bunch of dreads.
Yeah,
like
throwing like bottles and shit.
Dreads, yeah,
it's sick, dude.
Let's get into Swango.
Yeah, let's just get to it, man.
So I will say, this is like a medical, like horrible. This is like one of those things that makes you afraid to like go to a doctor.
Yeah, because I'm convinced this is all doctors.
There's a lot of
not
these,
right, but
they call them like angels of death a lot of times, or like angels of mercy, or these like nurses. Like not a lot of times. This is more specific in nurses where they'll start killing patients, and we probably
I've heard that before too. Especially like in like hospice care and stuff, they're already dying and they like
you just let them go. Did I mention this is going to be a true crime episode? I don't know.
I think we said it's true crime to crime.
It's true crime to crime.
It's our number 2 true crime.
This is our second true crime episode after our.
It's the 2 crime episode.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for y'all to hear this. Hopefully we won't just fumble it, right?
No,
let's talk about this guy. All right, let me just get into it here. I will just say again, like this is just some horrible medical shit that it just makes you afraid of. Like anybody.
I hope we can convince me that it's not all doctors because I'm assuming it is.
Yeah, you think they're all putting the
I don't
poison
go
in
to
you.
doctor.
Yeah. That vitamin you're eating is poison.
Yeah. They're going to like put some in my arm and I'm so sure I'm going to die.
Joseph Michael Swango was born on October 21st, 1954 in Tacoma, Washington. His father, Muriel Swango, was a deeply patriotic U.S. Army officer and a Vietnam War veteran who was reported obsessed with military discipline.
Damn.
It's going to breed an interesting son.
Yeah, probably raised that nurture versus nature. That's gonna fucking.
His mother was a devoted homemaker. Swango was the second of 4 sons. His parents eventually divorced, and young Michael grew up mostly in Quincy, Illinois, a small Midwest town where his unusual behavior became noticeable early on.
That was like before divorce was like the main thing.
Mm. Yeah. If it's happening in the 50s, it's like
that was intense. Like very taboo. Then.
Well. I mean, hey, I love our veterans, but I feel like this guy that's obsessed with military discipline, he might have a rough time.
If that's like the thing that is
that's
about
your father,
him, if that's the thing that's about him too, you're gonna be raised. It's probably a lot of boozing.
His main thing is military discipline, even when he's not in the military. That's sick. Just holding it down super hard.
There's like a healthy amount of that.
Well, so we haven't covered enough true crime, like murder cases, like serial killer cases specifically, because that's what this guy is, to really get into or to be able to explain properly like the nature nurture thing. I think once we develop more of that, we'll be able to gain our own theories, because there's
always like a tweak. You know,
there's also a lot of like. These theories are constantly changing now that we have all this new psychological analytic stuff. Like all this stuff from even the 80s and 90s that they thought they knew about. There's like this whole triad thing where it's like if you had these 3 things happen in your childhood, you're going to be a serial killer. They had all these ideas about what it was, and that's not always true.
It's so individual basis.
But I do want to just point out, his childhood, that's like the conditions he's
It's a rough childhood. But I also think, everyone's childhood's like kind of rough in some aspect. Yeah. It's just like part of growing up.
I think as we
not
study
everyone's a killer, though.
More and more murders that we study, we'll find that there is similarities, but it's like some of them are also similarities to stuff that like we've experienced. It's just like you just gotta
it's not anything like what is it like?
Nothing gives you the right to fucking go.
It's not like what's gonna cause it either. Yeah. It's there's like people that just have that. Mm-hmm. There's something that like snaps in them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like a lot of them, it's like really early on too. Like the last one we did, it was like from like childhood that dude was a freak.
Yeah. Well, from an early age, Swango showed an unusual fascination with death, violent crime, and disasters.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah. He was intelligent but socially awkward.
Classic.
And maintained detailed scrapbooks filled with newspaper clippings of car accidents, murders, and catastrophic events. This is as a child. Very cool
it's
diary.
Like already a broken brain.
It's like it's just such an edgelord already.
Yeah.
I mean, like that is
especially
like,
that time period. That was like really weird to be doing.
On paper, very cool.
Yeah,
to like collect these things. I can see where it could lead, like with the right amount of like disorder and instability.
The curiosity, because I remember being like a kid, but this is more like mid-teens, where I was like, you're getting kind of edgy, and you're like, I'm curious. What does a car accident look like?
I think he's also like he's not like showing these to anybody. He's just like keeping these as like a book.
Yeah, this is like for him. It's like his little porn.
This after school. Yeah,
it's like his death porn.
Classmates and teachers later recalled how he would talk openly about death in inappropriate contexts, with a particular interest in autopsies and gruesome injuries.
Yeah,
that's like also the thing. Later, people recall it. It's like people are always like, well, they never showed any signs, and all of a sudden, it's like this guy, he saw signs pretty early.
Yeah, well, how do you say he was kind of morbid.
In high school, he played the clarinet and excelled academically, but often kept to himself, right?
Bit of a
Swango earned a scholarship to Millikan University in Decatur, Illinois. How do I say that? Decatur? If you're an Illinois listener, tell me how to say that. Where he initially studied music before transferring to Quincy College, now Quincy University, to pursue chemistry and pre-med. He graduated summa cum laude, which means very smart. Former professors noted his intellectual rigor, but also they remember his morbid interests. So he's just a smart, weird, I don't want to say freak. I don't want to put anybody in the hole there, but I mean, we're all into like that shit. There's a reason that we're covering this. It's because it's like I am interested in it as well.
I'm pretty convinced all doctors are freaks, but that's my own personal opinion.
You keep saying that. We'll see what happens by the end.
They freak me out. I don't know. Going to school that long freaks me out.
During that time, immediately after college, he continued to collect newspaper clippings about violent deaths, reinforcing that pattern. So he has like this book from like his entire child. Like he has like notebooks his entire childhood picking it up.
Just logging everything.
It's not something that he picked up for like a few months or a year. It's not just some really like hobby. He didn't just like get into Beyblades for an afternoon. It's like this was something he had.
Yeah,
for a long
I almost time. Even the things I love, I don't think I've like I don't have any of it anymore.
Yeah,
but I also had a house fire that burnt most of it. But I'm not going to compare myself to this.
In 1979, right? Okay, he was born in what was it? The 54. So 1979, Swango entered Southern Illinois University School of Medicine (SIU), where he conducted his conduct raised red flags from the start. He was known to be brilliant but erratic. Some classmates were disturbed by his cold detachment from suffering and his interest in the mechanics of death rather than healing. So he's like learning to be a doctor because he's interested in death, not healing.
That's like I want to like cut open people.
That's how deep he was into this stuff.
I want to like get my hands on like a mutilated corpse.
He wants to be right there to just see the.
I want to watch them die.
See how the gears turn when this is happening. He volunteered for extra autopsy sessions and took extensive notes during surgeries. He was also reported to have made disturbing remarks about patients, such as expressing admiration for the efficiency of death from certain poisons. It's like, damn, that shit worked quick.
That's a really good poison.
That's your doctor.
That's also like, I don't know, like the early days of doctors were like kind of like these guys where like they like couldn't like openly say it, but they're like, we need like fresh bodies to like learn how the body works, to like, you know, dissect them while they're still like, fresh and like see how like certain things are going to affect them to get these medicines and shit.
That's basically still happening.
And like, yeah, like people would just get kidnapped or like there would be like murderers that would go get them. Some doctors would just go get them themselves.
There's like a van picking up like some homeless dude right now. That's
like they would have like their little like hunchback, you know, fucking assistant go grab some kids or something.
Despite these concerns, Swango is allowed to continue. And we'll see this again and again where it just seems like he's allowed to continue. Because you're right, Dawson. That was how doctors were in like, I think you're thinking of like the 14 to like 1800s.
Yeah, it was around like probably 1800.
This is like 79. This is pretty recently.
Yeah, that's not how that's supposed to be.
Like medical stuff was fairly like advanced enough. You know, like we learned a lot more, but
which I'm pretty sure they're still doing that, and just with like homeless people that is like drive. There's like an ambulance.
Yeah.
Fucking picks them up. There's like, cause I don't know. There's like
to some black site.
There's some crazy people out there, but there's like I've like seen so many different videos of homeless people like talking about how they've seen that happen. Like, yeah, my buddy's got picked up by the ambulance, never seen him again.
He's gone. Yeah,
without a trace, and there's no family
to
wonder.
No track that.
Just gone.
No, you don't know his name. You don't know John Doe number 4,000.
There's like mass graves and like off like New York around that area, there's like just mass graves. They put like homeless people that didn't have family or anything.
Yeah, dude.
Just
I mean, I can imagine
crazy.
the amount of people.
Because it's like, where you ever think about like where those bodies go?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not to go sidetrack.
That's all right. Near the end of his time at SIU, during his surgical internship, suspicions deepened with several patients under his care died unexpectedly or experienced unexplained complications. Nursing staff and fellow students documented these incidents, but investigators were cursory and basically ignored it. Right? Because it's like, he's a doctor. You trust him. He went through a ton of school.
Well, he knows what he's smart. Like. Yeah, he's smart.
I'm sure he can be very like cordial, not like cordial, but I mean like
he took like the doctor oath or whatever, right? He couldn't just break that.
And like his father being this like strict military and like minded thing, I'm sure he like knows how to cover his tracks and like be like keep his shit
precise.
Clean. Yes, precision. That's
and
what we're
just like
at
efficient here. And like
this military trained doctor, like not trained, but like raised under these conditions, right into this. In at least one case, a nurse saw Swango inject something into a patient moments before they coded, like went flat. No formal action was taken. This is literally what I'm talking about, where he'll the patient will be fine, and like in a hospital, like once you're fine, like there's not like a doctor just watching you. You have your room, you have your button to call him, but it's like you just sort of healing.
Well,
there.
not even like you have a button to call like a nurse too.
Some random sleep deprived nurse, right? It's like so Swango would go into these patients' rooms and like he just inject like he'd pop the needle into the IV bag and like you would just see it go. And
it's that classic like guy with a lab coat or lab coat, you know, having like this authority because you're like, oh, they're in charge, they know what they're doing, they're gonna like help me, right?
Yeah. It's like he just walks.
So even
out,
the nurses aren't gonna question it. They're like, oh, he must have just You know, I'm not going to question him.
Unknown complications.
Yeah, you question him too, then he has the authority to like. Get
and literally, they do event like this nurse did say something, and then like nothing happened.
Yeah.
It's like the investigator,
shut up, like don't talk to him.
Yeah. Swango eventually graduated in 1983 with his MD, though his final months at SIU were clouded by allegations of incompetence and negligence. Faculty members were split on his behavior. Some believed that he was merely inexperienced, while others feared something much more sinister.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like
this is before like the serial killer like boom too. You know what I mean? Like maybe like around that time, but it was like people weren't like assuming a doctor would do that. Like, and
even in general, serial killer stuff just wasn't as publicized. It
wasn't like a pop culture thing.
It'd be like a blip in the news, then all of a sudden it just goes to the next.
And there probably wasn't like the like legal like liability like standards at that time either. It's probably just really like just paperwork getting lost, you know.
Yeah,
easier.
And so the school
not
basically lacked
everywhere.
any conclusive evidence of wrongdoing this whole time because nobody would ever.
Yeah, there's not like cameras,
charges. Yeah, there's not. Yeah.
No one's pressing. Yeah, no one's questioning.
And although they were wary of legal consequences, they fucking passed him. Like they passed him through. They didn't want like him to come back at them and be like, "What are you doing?" You know?
Yeah. Because you passed like the exams and shit.
This period lays the groundwork for what would become one of the most notorious cases of medical serial killing in American history. Swango entered the medical profession armed with a degree, a growing sense of invincibility, and a deeply ingrained obsession with death.
Yeah,
that's your doctor.
Bit of a doctor's sleep.
This is also that shows like the failure of these institutions to confront these early warning signs. How that's still like a big, huge problem, and it ultimately fucking enabled him to just be like decades of deadly career killings.
Because we know like CEOs and like presidents of corporations are like notoriously psychopath and like have that like psychopathy kind of a thing.
And also with that amount of
power, I don't know if I don't know if that's been done on like doctors, but I imagine when you're like studying for 7 years straight, you're like kind of a psycho. When you're like that and like working those kind of hours, like you're gonna like get turned into this like cold kind of like I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing is like it can turn you into that. I don't think it necessarily.
I don't think it always is.
It definitely doesn't always,
because most of the time it's not. But I think if like you have that like inclination,
like nowadays, if you were to have that, you would have to go get help. Like if you listen to this and you feel like that, you got to go get some help from.
You got to go talk to someone. And maybe don't be a doctor.
BetterHelp can support us right now. BetterHelp.
They better help.
After receiving his MD in '83, Michael Swango began a surgical internship at Ohio State University Medical Center, OSU, in Columbus, Ohio. This marked the beginning of his deadly clinical work and growing patterns of patient deaths that raised serious alarms. Okay, Swango quickly gained a reputation among nurses and fellow staff as someone who seemed to be present whenever a patient unexpectedly declined or died. He's just, it's like over time, like you don't notice it at first, but it's like over time, it's like, hey, this guy's always in the room when this
seems like people are always dying around this guy.
Yeah, which is like
maybe you're not that good of a doctor.
That's very alarming to like. I don't think I've experienced that where I'm like, oh, I'm around this person that somebody's always dying around. That's a very alarming thing to do. Like
when you started like seeing that pattern,
and it's like for so long as like a nurse, you have to be like, oh, it's a coincidence. Like this is we're in the medical fucking field to help
people die every day.
Yeah. Within weeks of his arrival, multiple deaths occurred under suspicious circumstances. Nurses began compiling informal notes and sharing their concerns with supervisors. Patients who had been stable suddenly went into respiratory arrests, and shortly after Swango's visits, there's literally like I saw this like recreated video of it, and it's like somebody having a full-on like crazy seizure, like seizing like insanely, because it's like he just walks in, injects them, and it's like their body just it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up.
Brutal.
Despite growing complaints from the nurses, the hospital administration was reluctant to pursue formal disciplinary action here. Swango was protected by the white wall of silence, often seen in institutional settings. You can look that white wall of silence is kind of a term they use for this kind of stuff, where junior staff are hesitant to accuse doctors of wrongdoing without without proof that would be like undeniable, right? Because you're like afraid of losing your job. Still, hospital administration initiated a secret internal review at this point. The internal investigation was launched in 1984. The review panel uncovered several cases with troubling patterns. Patients with no history of respiratory distress suddenly died after being administered injections by Swango. And that's the other thing, like so many murders and stuff are like a knife or a gun or some shit. Especially like male-driven murders. It's like this is like a lot of it's
very like
poisoning,
methodical and like precise, and that's like
nurses provided written reports describing how they saw Swango acting suspiciously, including one nurse who said she saw him injecting something into a patient who later died. Despite the evidence, the committee's findings were inconclusive. Literally, tons of like many people are like coming to them. And
it's like definitely just a pattern.
Yeah. The hospital was concerned about legal repercussions and reputational damage if the publicly accused doctor didn't have like ironclad proof behind this stuff. Instead of reporting him to state medical authorities, they allowed Swango to quietly leave the internship program. The reports were buried, and no formal charges were ever filed.
That's fucked up.
After his removal from OSU in 1984, Swango briefly worked as a paramedic in Illinois. His coworkers there also fell under this fucking. They're seeing this. They get suspicious. Multiple paramedics who shared meals with him experienced nausea, vomiting, and dizziness. They began suspecting he was tampering with their food. So he's not even fucking with patients anymore. He's just like
anybody.
You better not leave your food in the fridge.
It's like that's like how many people just like, he like goes into a gas station and just like slips something into like the chili.
It's too easy to do this, which is why it's so goddamn scary.
I like the
we all have to trust all these random maniacs running around everywhere to not.
Yeah, dude. Every day's a miracle we don't have like one of those guys anywhere near
crazy.
you.
One incident involved a coworker who became violently ill after drinking coffee prepared by Swango. A toxicology report screened for the presence of ant poison. Swango was arrested in 1985 and charged with battery and poisoning at this point. But despite the strong case, he was convicted only of aggravated battery and sentenced to 5 years in prison. He served 2 of these years and was released in 1987. He's killed, I don't have a number yet, but it's like multiple people in the hospital. Yeah. He's made multiple people sick. He got
countless.
2 years.
Probably countless.
2 years. You know how fast that went by for him? Like he gave a shit.
Oh, he was like probably just studying.
Planning. Yeah.
He's just studying his
The conviction did little to slow Swango's ambitions. Upon release, he began plotting his re-entry into the medical profession, even as evidence mounted that he was not merely negligent but homicidal. Hospitals continued to fail in properly documenting and acting on patterns of harm, allowing Swango to remain a lethal threat long after his suspicions.
So, like, the bureaucracy kind of let him get away with it, basically. So, I got whatever. I got sick people.
Yes, more on just like the poisoning these like colleagues. Swango was outwardly professional and polite, but quickly aroused suspicions among paramedics. Colleagues reported that whenever Swango brought in food or drinks, especially coffee, people would become violently ill. People were experiencing symptoms like nausea, vomiting, dizziness, even seizures after drinking this coffee.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Fuck that guy, dude.
We have this incident that I believe I just kind of mentioned where he suffered a near collapse after drinking coffee from a shared pot. Right, and that's where we see the ant poison. This is a form of organophosphate. Is the type of poison?
Bad.
Organophosphate.
Don't put that in your coffee, guys.
That eventually led to more focused investigations by the Adams County Sheriff's Office. Detectives found toxic substances in Swango's possession, including arsenic and ant poison. He had full-on arsenic on them.
Jesus.
Evidence at that point strongly suggested he had been deliberately poisoning his coworkers.
Yeah.
Right. So just like kind of backtrack. It was October of 1984 when he was charged with 5 counts of battery. He did reach that plea deal in August of 1985. He was convicted of just that single count, and then he went to prison. During his time behind bars, he exhibited no remorse and reportedly continued to study medical texts and poison manuals. So he's just in jail studying poison manuals. Yeah, just gonna get
better at it.
We got to keep the poison manuals out of the prisons.
How is he getting that?
Well, because they definitely allow because you can
never read, but it's like, bro, what?
Well, you can study for college things and stuff, and I'm sure it was just in some medical text. Nobody read it that closely. It's like all of a sudden he's like
how to make bombs.
Yes, yeah,
it's like a book you can read.
Just studying poison manuals in prison is the most insane shit. He maintains his cold, analytic demeanor the entire time. He doesn't break. He doesn't start freaking out and break.
When he was a paramedic too, the people were like, "This guy doesn't fucking."
Mm-hmm. Well, in prison, he also corresponded with multiple institutions and licensing boards using aliases and falsified credentials in an attempt to secure future employment. The period demonstrated his obsession with re-entering the medical field despite a felony conviction related to poisoning. He desperately wants to get in there to just put his hands in someone's fucking body.
I gotta get in there.
He was released in 1987, right, just after 2 years of the sentencing. Upon his release, he legally changed his name. So for a while, he had actually changed his name, during this time. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of missed that, sorry. But he changed his name back to Joseph Michael Swango in 1987 after, after most of these institutes had him under different names. The prison had him under a different name. The last hospital he worked at had him under a different name. And at that time, obviously, cross-referencing this shit, you can't just Google it. It's these are into some file in some, dusty fucking cabinet in the basement of some fucking... It's you just don't have it, right? He forged documents and references to conceal his criminal record, taking advantage of minimal background checking at that time. He eventually secured a residency at a small psychiatric hospital in Virginia. Literally after he went to prison for poisoning somebody.
Yeah.
And this is how it was back then. He fucking gets a job at a psychiatric hospital in Virginia, where administration was unaware of his prior conviction. They were unaware. Yeah. You could just go away back then.
Yeah.
You could just disappear.
You just go to another place, not that far away. And
How far is Virginia from Illinois?
I mean, not that far. But it's it's far enough.
But it's literally he doesn't even have to go around the way. He's not going to fucking Japan and what. It's he just
going
eventually
5
he
states
does
over.
go. He does go a little further, but
right.
He just works at this psychiatric hospital.
Crazy, dude.
Though some discrepancies in his paperwork were noted, no in-depth verification was conducted. Right. This means that you can basically just lie in your applications even today. Even in hospitals, they're not really cross-referencing your stuff. You can just lie. His ambitions, deception, and the healthcare system's lax oversight allowed him to once again treat patients, setting the stage for further tragedies that we're going to cover here. This conviction should have ended Swango's career permanently, but instead it was treated as an anomaly and by an overburdened system, allowing a convicted poisoner back into hospitals with access to vulnerable patients and controlled substances. The full scope of his crimes at this point was only beginning to come to light. Nobody knew. People in one police station in Illinois were like, "What's up with this guy?" It's
where'd this guy go?
It's I don't know. He's gone. Don't worry about him now. Right?
None of our business.
Yeah.
Out of my jurisdiction.
Right.
Can't track people that back in those days, man. That shit's crazy.
Let's see here. Swango was able to secure a position. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Swango was able to secure a position at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center in North Point, New York, after falsifying parts of his background and omitting his felony conviction. You just don't put it on the document.
Yeah,
you just don't put it there, and it's
I'm not going to talk.
It's going to take so much more work for them to find it. Yeah,
and ask, have you poisoned people?
No, they.
No.
That's generally not a question on the interview, right?
Yeah.
At North Point, Northport, he worked under close supervision initially, but hospital administrations were unaware of his full history. Staff began noticing an uptick in patient emergencies and unexplained death during his shifts. Basically, the same patterns coming out again. An anonymous tip at this point, and a background check eventually revealed Swango's prior convictions. He was dismissed in 91.
That's crazy.
Literally like 7 years he was there. But not prosecuted for any patient deaths. They just let him go.
Yeah.
Like someone else's problem. All right.
Like you shouldn't work here anymore.
The VA failed to notify the Veterans Affairs Medical Center failed to basically do anything. They didn't notify any other institutions or alert any law enforcement, even after finding that they literally had it. They literally saw it. They had him. They had his ass for like 1 second there. They were like, he's coming into work today. We could have people there meet him, like law enforcement, and take him away. It's like, nah. They just like fire him. Nah. They just let him go. Right. Once again, he slips through the cracks. Swango. Yeah. It's now been like 20 years in the he's been there for a while. He's been doing medical malpractice for 20 years now. Multiple people have died.
Just
so many people are just Swango next has his sites overseas. He's been to like 3 different states working. It's getting a little harder to like the background checks are going around now. It's 91.
They got
There's
the
some
internet.
form of internet that you can be checked on, right? He was accepted as a physician. Oh yeah, so he applied to hospitals in Africa, including Zimbabwe, using falsified documents. He was accepted as a physician at the it's spelled MNENE, Nemni Lutheran Mission Hospital, and later worked at a hospital in Bulawayo, I believe Zimbabwe. During his time in Zimbabwe, 94 to 95, several patients, many of them young and healthy, it's like kids and stuff, died under his care after receiving injections. Yeah. Stay away from me from that fucking needle, buddy. Yeah. Local nurses raised concerns about the sudden spike in deaths because the nurses know.
Yeah, the nurses are like,
they've been watching
what the fuck
for
is this
25
guy
years
doing?
now. Yeah. Autopsy suggests chemical poisoning and Swango was suspected, but not immediately charged due to a lack of direct evidence and the bureaucratic delays. Zimbabwean authorities eventually opened an investigation, but at that point, Swango just fled. He fled the country before the charges could be filed.
Jesus.
In addition to Zimbabwe, Swango is believed to have applied for positions in the Saudi Arabia and the Persian Gulf region under falsified credentials. He allegedly intended to flee there permanently, a plan that was only thwarted by the U.S. authorities in the final stages of his escape, basically. So he got even close to this. He's literally just doing whatever he wants, and it seems like
just
nobody cared enough to stop him, right?
Yeah, it just took too long to actually get to him.
It is.
Where he was like, "Oh, I'm getting investigated. I'm just see you."
Yes,
they're
he
like,
has enough information from the authorities to like know that they know about him and that they're going to file something. But because the bureaucracy of it is so slow,
he can just up and leave.
The tracking is like,
I'll just get on a plane.
Like he lived.
Well, I'm going on a plane.
Quarter of his life under a different name. Like even just like having that cross reference is like if that doesn't come up in the search. If that's not in the filed fucking dossier, it's like it just doesn't matter.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's crazy how that was just a thing that
and the time it takes to just go find that and like do a background check.
Fully
on a dude that changed his name in the fucking 80s.
Yes. It's like people, you talk about like old cowboy times coming up to like early 1900s. It's like you could kind of go to next town over and change your name. It's like people were sad that was lost. And that is sad that it's lost, honestly. I'd love to go just be a stranger somewhere. But like, this was kind of like up until the 90s. Like that was
good for like really like bad people.
It's good for bad people
because like you could just like start a family and just leave, go to another town, start another one.
But it's like I'm just saying, like,
but like
it seems like it's some like old antiquated thing, like some like 1900s era thing, like 1905 is happening. This is 91.
It's not that long ago.
It's 91. He's fully like getting onto multiple planes and shit, just like flying across the world.
Yeah. Sly bastard.
Swango frequently altered transcripts, recommendations letters, and reference contacts. That's also something you can do. Just like write something and then write your fucking old employer's name on it. If they're not going to fact check it, then it can be whatever he wants.
Yeah, they have like they're not going to have a copy of the fucking signature.
Stolen DEA numbers to gain access to controlled substances.
What?
So he's just using somebody else's number to like get into these buildings at this point. At various points, he uses aliases. One was Daniel J. Adams.
I feel like someone had to be helping him out.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think this dude just like
just a fucking.
If you look at his life, he wasn't doing anything else.
Yeah.
This is your entire life, and you're obviously smart enough to get a medical degree, and you were raised in this extremely disciplinarian household. Like, I feel like you can make your life so extremely this one thing. You dial into this one thing. Like,
yeah, he didn't have like a wife or kids. Probably didn't have a fucking relationships with anybody. He's a psycho.
Yeah.
Just murder.
All he has to do is hold it all on his head, and it's like he's smart enough to do that while still being a psychopath.
Yeah.
He has this alias Daniel J. Adams, and it's like he's just adding more names onto his shit. Yeah, there's just like different names going around. Again, it's just you cannot search, you can't like back search this stuff in any way really. He created fake employment histories, like full on just lying about everything. These schemes went unchecked due to the lack of centralized databases or coordinated international credential verifications at the time. It's just wild to me.
Yeah. Which is like, because I don't like to centralize like databases or anything, but that's one good thing about them is that you can't just do that anymore, unless you're like really good, unless you're allowed to.
Unless, I mean, we still can't trust the doctors.
I don't trust them.
Even as red flags piled up, no medical board or national agency took decisive action to pursue criminal charges based on deaths in either the U.S. or Zimbabwe.
That's crazy.
Like the higher up like the like bureaucratic nature of everything in these like suits that are just like filling out these reports, they simply don't care, or they are just uninterested.
Yeah, they're not.
Seems like
they're not like, boom, we need to do this. This guy's got to fucking pay.
I feel that at this point there is enough information out there if just somebody looks at it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing with like,
but it's not enough like immediately to be like, oh, let's dig deeper on this guy. It's just like
they're just not. I don't want to say there's not enough. There's not. Okay, yeah. I want to say there's not enough police officers. There's not enough good.
Yeah.
Like detectives.
Yeah, there's no one like. Cause it's not like high profile like murders though. You know what I mean? It's not like. It's like people at the hospital. It's like people die at the hospital all the time.
But it's like a detective. You're not supposed to be looking for high profile murder. Like you're supposed to be seeing this shit in between the lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to.
It's like just flying under the radar enough that like it doesn't hit anyone until it's too late to even get him.
And that's like just like a thing with all serial killer cases and basically all murders and crime in general is that the police just fucking suck at it.
Yeah.
It's
like, well,
they just generally, hey, if you're one of the good ones out there, I'm happy that you're listening. I'm happy you're supporting. But in general, you must know that it all fucking sucks.
Well, there's the thing that sucks too is like, you like, okay, you can have like a huge hunch that someone's doing something, but if you don't have like provable evidence that they did it, you can't like just go arrest them.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like
you need like a warrant. You need this and that, and that's
not
like,
even just the detective.
And then to get that shit, it's like
to push that through like
they're already gone. No, he's in Africa now.
Yeah, and then it's like okay, just wash my hands of this whole thing.
Well,
we'll find that like.
I guess I have like a fucking 1,000 more of these to try to figure out.
Here's the thing, Doss, is this is literally like at this point, fairly high profile. Like he's trying to keep a low profile, but it's like he has enough, at least like his like made up credentials. Like he's a high profile doctor. Like he's somebody that somebody should be watching.
Yeah, like someone should know about.
It's like, okay, if this person
like,
isn't even.
All you have to do is call like whatever fucking place he worked and be like, this guy is a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, but if this guy isn't getting caught, think of all the other criminals and things that are going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's mass negligence, dude. Literally, like, it's as simple as
like the hospitals he's getting hired at. Like, you're not going to call these places? You're not going to, like, ask about this guy?
Right.
Like, this guy, if you make up, like, a fucking resume, like, and it has, like, numbers on it, and you're, like, hiring a doctor, you should be checking those resumes. Yeah. Like, okay, if you're getting hired at like a coffee shop. Maybe, okay, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to call your fucking references unless it's like weird. But it's like, bro, if you're a doctor, it's like, I got to talk to people you worked with.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like even the like
medical just to like check you're not lying.
Even the hospital, it's like they're paying him too much money to not know who the fuck he is.
Yeah. To like not even like think to fucking figure it out.
But it just like, it really does just scream at me like, then any case that's like lower level than that, which is this is a pretty high level case, they're still not caring. Like there's just no amount of giving a shit
like,
in there.
You've been in a hospital, like all the shit you have to fucking go through to get into a hospital and like the badges and all that shit.
And then like
IDs, it's like, bro.
With like the police stuff, again, like if they're not searching this doctor, there's like so many just no-name prostitutes getting killed at this point.
Yeah.
Like there's literally nobody looking into this at that point. That's like the thing. Gives a fuck. Is that nobody gives a fucking fuck. It's scary to like dig into it. It's like, damn, like that kind of just applies to you and me too. It's like I've had a couple of times where I've had to call the police and they just do not come.
No.
They just don't come.
No.
Like people,
they come like late.
Like yeah, if they.
So
come
I remember,
out, dude.
like even at the Kava bar, there was that like fight.
Yeah.
And like all the blood was cleaned up by the time the cops came, and they came in like fully gun drawn. Like that was like an emergency.
Jesus Christ!
They thought there was like a gun out.
Yeah.
And they fucking like there was time for like the blood to get cleaned up. It was crazy.
Like I don't even have a car, but just like getting your car broken into. Like I guess, hey criminals, you can just go do that. Like you can just go do that. I have like
which like that's like a thing that was like it's like sort of recent where they like cops like don't even respond if it's like to like property damage or like robbery if it's under $1,000.
They don't.
So like petty crimes, just you can just get away with
go
petty
unnoticed. Crimes. It's so scary.
You literally break into cars and like no one's gonna come get you.
Like we all just have to trust that other people.
Unless like they like check the cameras and they can identify you. Which they just can't.
It's like what cameras?
You put a fucking shiesty mask.
Hat and he was
put a shiesty mask on and fucking a generic like sweatshirt. Okay.
Right. I don't know. It's just like that realization of like, man, dude. There's just no backup there really. Like it is. There's just no fucking backup.
No, it's one of the reasons like kind of just having like concealed carry is like not a bad idea.
Yeah, you got to be able to protect yourself.
For me, I like think about that sometimes. I like. Luckily, I don't have like encounters with people, but it's like you never think it's gonna be you.
Mm-hmm. So, Swango remained a dangerous free agent, moving across borders and medical systems, leaving a trail of victims in his wake. His ability to exploit institutional blind spots would eventually attract the attention of the FBI, leading to one of the most significant criminal investigations into a healthcare worker in modern history.
Yeah.
Okay, so the full extent of Michael Swango's crimes began to come into focus during the mid-90s. Thanks to the persistence of a few concerned colleagues and an escalating interest of federal investigators. So it's like there's like some crack fucking gumshoe at the FBI. Fucking like Mulder's on it now, finally. We got like our Scully and Mulder here. But it took years of circumstantial reports, investigative journalism, and international cooperation to build up a legal case strong enough to stop him, right?
That's fucked up.
It's crazy. And like a lot of stuff has changed. I just feel like you can.
It's still like not that crazy though. Like people are still just getting away with murder. Like Diddy got acquitted or whatever.
Episode 200 is gonna be Diddy.
So I mean, come on now.
After Swango's hasty exit from Zimbabwe in '95, investigators there alerted the U.S. authorities to their suspicions of multiple patient murders. The FBI, already faintly aware of Swango due to previous suspicions in New York and Ohio, began compiling a dossier with help from the Department of Veterans Affairs and the CDC's epidemiology unit. So the CDC's getting involved. The fucking Center for Disease Control. They're like, this guy's poisoning so much. He's basically a disease. Like he's killing enough people with like points. Like he's a form of like
we have an epidemic.
Yeah, we have an epidemic here. It's like it's like communicable poisoning. It's like what he's doing. Swango's pattern of unexplained patient deaths, international travel, and forged documents made him a high priority target.
Yeah.
After 30 years.
After he just kept getting away with it.
High priority 30 years later. An FBI profiler who reviewed the case likened him to a classic organized killer driven by control and fascination with death. Right, which is also that was kind of back then. It's like I guess we can try to put him in a box, and it's like they were trying to create these spaces for like how to psychologically analyze these people, and it's just you really can't. Like you can try, but they're all different. It's all a different thing. They're probably all like fucking, controlled by some different fucking demon spirit.
Oh yeah,
we haven't gotten into paranormal stuff, but it's like there's something
that's like what it is when you're that obsessed with it, dude.
And we've talked about how like when you astral project, you just leave your body open for like things to get in. It's like I don't know. Maybe.
Well, the book I'm reading too, I've referenced it a lot, but it's like basically this like
what's the name?
Paralandra.
I don't think you've said that.
Well, it's the space trilogy by C.S. Lewis. If you look that up, it's 3 books. I'm on the second one. But like it's basically this like this devil possessed this guy, and he's on this planet, and he's just like going around like just like tearing the skin off of these like little animals. He's like frogs basically, just like killing those and like killing plants. That's just all he's doing. He just sit there, just does that as he just walks along. While he's like trying to like corrupt this like woman.
I'm not trying to like throw demon possession into it necessarily, but I do like.
I think there's something to it though.
As we explore more true crime, I will try to
because it's just pure evil.
Yeah,
and I think that there's like something behind pure evil that's not just like it's like corrupted
it's not
human
just
files.
Right, and it's like, and at some point, yes, humans just can be that evil. We've seen it before in history. But
it's like there's something that like causes that. It's like, okay, maybe a head injury, maybe this, but it's like, I don't know. I think there's like evil forces that like get people, and that's like, they're like destructive. Their thing is to kill and break and destroy.
The agency worked with the FBI worked with Interpol and international agencies to gather evidence, interviewing former coworkers and obtaining medical records from facilities where Swango had worked. So finally, they have these pieces of the puzzle, right? Through the initial though the initial charges were for fraud, the arrest, that's what they brought him in on too. It's like that's all we really got.
Well, that's how you keep him from like running too far, I guess.
The arrest prevented his escape and gave authorities the time needed to investigate further. A federal grand
you have
jury.
The proof on the fraud, but you don't have proof on all the murders. You need to hold
him for something, right? It's like, what can we get him in here at least? Yeah.
Get him, question him.
A federal grand jury was convened, and the government worked to link Swango's forged paperwork with a wider pattern of patient death, both domestically and abroad. Following his arrest, a search of Swango's apartment and storage units uncovered a cache of incriminating evidence, including medical texts marked with handwritten poison formulas.
Jesus.
He's making his own now. He's like, I bet I can make this stronger.
Well, this
containers of toxic substances.
Oh, so he just had it.
Journals in which he wrote about exhilaration after a certain patient's death. He's getting hyped. He's like getting off on it.
He's journaling on how awesome that feels.
It's
getting
crazy
off
to
on
keep a journal on that. You can't write this shit down. You're gonna get caught.
He's getting off on it.
Newspaper clippings about mass poisonings and medical murders. Literally, he has many volumes of these journals of newspaper clippings from since early childhood. Literally 30 years of newspaper clippings about death.
It's a good thing he didn't like work in like a food factory.
I still would like want to see
making
this.
Ice cream sandwiches.
That's the thing, dude.
Kill so many people.
Trust all these insane people, including us cooking. You're serving.
Oh
drinks.
my god, dude.
God, you really got to trust.
I haven't been eating out as much because I just don't trust these motherfuckers, dude.
They also found notebooks cataloging patients' names, symptoms, and times of death. Just for no reason, just randomly writing that down. These are the things that will get you caught. These items suggested not only intent but a long-term obsession.
You do that, and you're like, "What? Why you write that? Why? What does this mean? Why are you doing this?"
And what he's doing is he's seeing these he's taking his old references of poisonings. He's seeing how he can do it faster and more efficiently as he can go into the future.
Keeping a log.
Right? He's getting he's orchestrating this stuff to such a degree, right?
Studying it, We
are now in the year 2000. Swango was indicated on multiple counts of fraud and murder. Rather than face the death penalty in New York, he accepted a plea bargain, and on September 6, 2000, he pled guilty to the murders of 3 patients in New York and 1 in Ohio, and to fraud charges stemming from his use of false credentials.
That's it too, huh?
Yeah. As part of his agreement, he admitted to causing the deaths of up to 60 people.
Yeah.
Though the truth of the number may never be known.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
You just can't prove it.
When you get into some serial killers will really like to bump their numbers after they're getting caught. But the thing is, he's in the middle of trying to not get caught right now. So to bump the numbers that much is really tough. You find people that are in for 5 life sentences with no chance of parole. They'll be like, I killed 200 people. And it's even that you got to take it somewhere.
There's people that were they're more brutal about it, where they're like, I killed him, I'm badass.
But they have 4 deaths linked to him, up around 60, right? Okay, there's a cat that is desperately trying to get in here. Rich, the bar regular, good friend of the pod. He mentioned the Toby gag the last episode where we had a guest cat come in.
Oh yeah, Toby's great.
And he was wondering if that was staged or not. And I want to say right now, it's all real.
It's all real every time. We always have cats that need to get in here.
Sabrina, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for coming in.
Let me see. On September 26th, 2000, this is about 6 days after that bargain. Or 20 days after the bargain, Michael Swango was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole.
Damn.
He is currently incarcerated at the ADX
he's
Florence,
still alive.
the federal supermax prison in Colorado.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool people out there.
The FBI is cool people.
Yeah, really fucking crazy.
The FBI has stated that they believe Swango could be responsible for as many as 60 to 100 deaths worldwide.
Yeah.
So he's right here in Colorado. It was shocking when I looked him up, and it's there wasn't that death date. Google gives you the birth and the he's still kicking around.
He's still out there.
His confession closed a chilling chapter in American medical history, but also exposed systematic flaws in credentialing, background checks, and reporting structures within healthcare systems, both in U.S. and internationally. So that's like where we're at with this stuff. Is he's still incarcerated? He did that thing where he basically fled America for Zimbabwe for a couple years, came back, like worked here again under a different name. Like there was just nobody stopping him, right?
No.
The case of Dr. Michael Swango is not only a horrifying tale of serial murder, it is a profound indictment of systemic weakness in the medical and regulatory systems that failed to stop him. Despite numerous red flags, literally so many nurses are like, I think that guy's killing people.
This guy's fucked
documented up. Complaints and even criminal convictions, Swango was able to repeatedly gain access to vulnerable patients across states and countries, as well as these substances. And it's like, once you get in the back room of like a doctor, like, you know, in a hospital, it's like they got some pretty extreme shit. I mean, like, you go there today, like they just got the fent. Like, you don't want to give that to people.
No.
You
get so much of that to you.
It's like, holy shit, dude.
Poisonous amounts.
This pattern repeated across multiple institutions. Swango's employers often feared liability or reputational damage and opted to quietly dismiss him, right? That's the other part. It's like, they're just like, you're free to go.
Well, yeah, especially like as it goes on, they're more and more likely to do that because they're like, oh, we fucked up.
We can't.
This is on us.
So like, we can't, after him working here for 5 years, we can't tell the public that this murderer has been here and we just let him go. It's like, people are going to be like,
we're going to look bad.
I got sick for like 5 weeks.
Why is he getting away with this?
Yeah. It's because nobody cares.
Well, they're like,
the people that are put in charge to care have failed to do this.
Well, what they care about, they care more about like not looking bad and like their own liability, basically. Not getting sued.
Yeah. Which sucks. One of the most glaring issues, and that happens, this is not an outlying case. This is every single case.
Yeah.
That basically anything is involved with it on any level.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing is so bad. One of the most glaring issues in Swango's case was the lack of effective communication between hospitals, medical boards, and law enforcement agencies. Right? When Swango left the Ohio State University Medical Center under suspicion of causing multiple deaths, the hospital chose not to report him to the National Practitioner Data Bank, or the NPDB, a federally mandated repository for disciplinary action against physicians, which means that they actually had a place to put the information. I know we just said their systems weren't even in place. They literally had a system in place. They just were choosing not to because they, like what you said, they just don't want to look bad.
They don't want to look bad, yeah.
This pattern, repeated across multiple institutions. They just they feared him, right?
Someone's going to lose their job if you're like that negligent. Mm-hmm. So you just like brush it under the rug. You're like, all right, just get him out of here.
And that just goes with all these regulatory like gaps and things, right? It's just there's just nobody to watch, or there's people to watch, but they're just like, I don't know. I guess it's just somebody going through a database, and it's just like a number on a screen, a name on a screen.
Yep.
Because even after the FBI began investigation into Swango in the 90s, they were looking at him in the 90s.
Yeah.
It took until the 2000s to get him.
Yeah.
Legal challenges slowed the process. Patient deaths could not always be conclusively tied to him due to poor record keeping, lack of autopsies, and hospitals' reluctance to pursue criminal investigations.
Yep. Trying to get this cat. Yeah.
So, there has been some reforms like sparked by this case.
Yeah.
Where you have more stringent background checks for licensing and credentiality, mandatory reporting of disciplinary actions to the NPDB, which they also did have at the time, but they just didn't do it. So
it wasn't mandatory, so it wasn't.
Well, it actually may have been mandatory. Mandatory only means so much.
Yeah,
you can still choose not to, and if you don't put it out there, then they're just not going to go. They've developed a slightly better international vetting system for foreign trainers and foreign working physicians. I'm pretty sure you can still just go fake it, especially in some like third world places. Like,
you can do whatever you want.
If you want to look at like his personality, he kind of had this like we kind of laid him out, right? This like disciplinary figure raised by this thing, extremely intelligent, but like extremely like
very
morbid.
Like awkward, like socially not quite there.
He did have this like need for admiration or at least control. Like he wanted to be like somebody that people were looking to for this, and also this like
explains like wanting to be a doctor, needing to be a doctor,
right? But that needing to be a doctor also there's this extreme and total lack of empathy for patients and coworkers, where he's just poisoning everybody.
Yeah. Just experimenting. He was like experimenting on people.
Yeah, he's
probably had a log of like, okay, my coworkers reacted this way to this chemical.
That's what it said in the journal. He was making his own formulas.
Yeah, he's like, okay, there did this happen when that did this.
Like the poisons he was trying weren't working well enough for him.
Yeah.
So he always wanted to see different effects. Like so he just started making his own stuff.
Probably trying to find like an untraceable poison. So you just poison a fucking 1,000 people at once.
Yeah, right. And it's like, just like ant poison, I guess he's trying to use. He also, just like with most serial killers, they do just think that they're like invulnerable. Like at least when they're doing it, they get, I don't know if it's like some certain like amount of like,
I think they think it's like that psycho, like narcissism almost, where they're like, I'm so smart compared to everybody.
Yeah.
They're not even human to me.
It's like, despite being
I'm above them.
Yeah, despite being convicted of poisoning coworkers, he was persistently trying to re-enter medicine, which he was able to do like time and time again.
It's crazy, dude.
That's because he believed he could outsmart regulators, and he also like, I don't think he was so smart. He just like knew how to get by this shit.
Yeah,
like,
he just kind of.
I also want to say this guy is obviously a complete dumbass for going around killing people. Totally lame move, right? So like we're saying he's smart, but in that way that matters, he's stupid as hell.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, you can be really smart, but if you're so smart that you can't fucking socially function, you're not that fucking smart.
Calculated, remorseless infliction of harm is like something that he just could deal with.
I was just talking to Madeline about that too. It's like, we were watching like a true crime, and they're like, "Yeah, it was a really smart, such a smart guy." It's like, is he that smart?
Sometimes
is he that smart if he like can't socially function and is like doing this shit?
Some documentaries
like
really
you're just not
like pour that out, and it's like, well, let's think about that for a second. It's like if I devoted myself completely,
it's like, is he smart because he had really good grades in school? Like that doesn't mean anything.
He just like
really
was able to listen and put this.
He just was like able to like just focus.
And honestly, I don't even know how good he was. Obviously, he was a horrible doctor. He killed everybody, but it's like, even on paper, it's just like, I think like he's probably forging a good amount of the documents even back when he, you know, like
cheating to get through.
Yeah, so it's hard to see. It's like, and it's not, and I don't. And that's the difference between like some of the nurses that get into this killing stuff, where they at first, and it's still awful, and then they transcend it eventually. But it starts as like a mercy killing thing, right?
Yeah.
Then it becomes this more horrible thing where you just like you get the thirst for blood, I guess.
This guy was more just always kind of in it.
They're just. It was never about the mercy. It was all about just the morbidity.
I just want to see people die and see how to do it better.
Yeah. He obviously had like tons of isolation and paranoia throughout his life.
Yeah. Because he's socially weird. Yeah.
Kept professional and composed in public, privately consumed with violent ideation, basically. And yeah, like that's the thing is like that time in prison, it just did not break any pattern.
No.
It's crazy. Just total absence.
Didn't like learn a lesson. Didn't like be like, oh, I should stop doing this. Could have got away with it.
Could have got away with it.
If he just stopped after going to prison the first time.
I think I will want to look into some other like medical monsters like this. It is kind of interesting to see. It's not just like a cut and dry like someone coming and slashing you up. Like this dude's just getting into high security places.
Well, you're also so vulnerable when you're in the hospital.
Yeah,
you're gonna trust the doctor.
You have to, dude.
That's like you're like you have to know what you're doing, and I don't. That's why it's fucking terrifying, man. They're gonna
like, hey, trust.
All right, I gotta give you a jab here.
Trust those nurses telling you someone's murdering. If a nurse tells you that the doctor's murdering people, you gotta let them. You gotta let them speak about that a little more.
Yeah, you gotta be like, all right, let's like pull this guy aside.
But that's what I got for Dr. Swango, Dawson. I mean, that's basically his case. We went over.
Fucked up.
I mean, admit it. He was put in jail for 4 murders.
Yeah.
Between 60 and 100 is his number.
That's so
because it's just you just can't prove it, right? It's like every fucking couple of days they see him walking out of a room and someone just seizing, maybe
it's like
dying,
were they already dying? Was he just watching people die? Was he killing more people?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man?
I like some of these numbers. Sometimes when they give like 100, I'm like, honestly, 30 years, dude. Many. Like 3 states, multiple countries. Like it was probably more.
So many people die every day in a hospital.
It was probably more, right? Yeah. So it's really to think about that.
Could have been like 1 a day.
Do you think that just one of those doctors is killing him?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, at least a couple of them definitely are. If this psycho can get into it, then anybody else can. It proves that you can. It's a
yeah. All you gotta do is just go to school long enough.
It's
and you
crazy.
Can just go fucking start killing people.
He didn't like
even in school. You can start fucking.
Like he did just go to train to do this. Like he just like it was
like his whole
trained
goal.
About to learn everything that like how the human body runs and like how to stop it from running.
Yeah. Efficiently.
Yeah, as efficiently as
and
possible.
Like I'm sure he had like some like sick pleasure in like watching it.
Oh yes, I mean
there's like probably certain poisons he liked because it is like.
Well, he said it said exhalation, like he's like super
like,
excited
wow,
about like
they seized out. That
watching
was great.
His coworkers like be poisoned. It's like
fuck
yes, like
nice.
I don't. And
I
that's
got
another,
him.
we haven't really gotten into, there's like possibly the whole like sexual side of that.
Yeah.
Like
I assume.
a lot of times in these areas, it's like some crosswire when they're a kid,
especially when they're
not
not like married or anything. It's like, okay, you're
That's
definitely
the other
like
thing. There's just no.
you're married to this like feeling, this like
Yeah.
rush you're getting from this.
What do you think of that true crime, bud?
Freak. That was good.
We talked about almost no demons. We only
good.
talked about demons for like 1 second.
Yeah, I still think it's like mainly demons. That's like what his like. Time you're like, why was he like this? It's like demons.
Yeah, it's like he let him.
It was like evil
let
monsters
something in,
possessed
yeah.
his brain and tortured him.
Yep. And I think that's like a good like theory
Yeah.
and thought, and I also do probably believe there's some truth in that. I think it is also important to just realize how extremely horrible humans can be on their own.
Oh yeah,
that there is no end to the cruelty, and it is very scary.
Well,
and we all
given the right environment and circumstances and like tweaks to the brain.
I guess so. I think
people
like,
really
as we walk
shit,
through
man.
more true crime as we go, like I will want to keep an eye on their childhood and see how it all comes together. See if we can see what patterns emerge and what don't emerge, and because I think some things seem like patterns when it's just is a random, like it just maybe is like a falsity kind of like that. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyway, that's been Pumpkin Hill Radio.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So this is only our second true crime episode. If you want to listen to our first true crime, it's a few dozen episodes back. Israel Keys is the name.
Israel Keys.
The first episode it's a two-parter. So the first episode is right on this feed where you're listening to this, and the second part is on Patreon. It's a free upload on Patreon. So just a shout out to the Patreon. You can join for free. You can just go there right now, sign up. Takes 5 seconds. You can sign in probably with like your Google account. Takes such a little time, like Kaylin did.
It's super chill, guys.
The Ghost Host. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah. Kaylin, let us know what you thought of this true crime. I hope that you wanted this one for your episode shout out.
This one's for you, Kaylin.
Hell
yeah.
That's it though. I think next week we'll go back into some more absurd shit.
Yeah.
I do have another true crime thing that's like the real Camp Crystal like the real Jason killings.
Nice.
We'll dig into it at some point in the future. I'm not going to do it back to back, I don't think, but we'll save it.
We'll get to it though.
This has been good. There's so many facts to dig through for this thing. Like I had so many numbers.
Data.
I had so many datas to look through that weren't just like from a grimoire. Earlier today, me and Dawson were reading this extremely hard to understand grimoire, where every other word was some coded.
It's a word that it's like the meaning, but the way it's being used, you're like, I don't know if I know what they mean.
I'm trying to even like make a fake sentence up.
How to like making something fortunate under like the trine sign of like the fucking.
We'll get it. Maybe that'll be next episode if I can parse it in a week. I doubt it.
Yeah, we could decode some of that.
That'll be a future episode too, maybe. Yeah. But until then, check the Patreon. Sign up for free. Sign up for $5 and get even more extra stuff. Yeah, five bonus episodes a month. You can access the first 18 episodes of Pumpkin Hill Radio ever, completely different than what we're doing now. You can see where it started.
The evolution's crazy.
Yeah, go check that out. It's the only place I'd ever want it to be. I don't want anybody that isn't a true cult member to see this stuff.
You gotta you gotta really like support us to get to that shit.
Make sure to you only watch that if you like what you're hearing now.
It's gonna be as like
basically a much lesser version. Once you run out of all the new episodes, go back there. Check the Patreon. Check our website pumpkinhillradio.com to find all our socials, or just type in our the podcast name into any social media account and you'll find it. Hit the email pumpkinhillradio@gmail.com. Send us if you want us to cover a specific true crime event. If this was like
there's a good one.
If you like this, let us know and let us know who we should cover next in the true crime department.
Especially if there's some like mysterious ones. I want to find like some weird ones that are like I don't know. I don't even know what, but.
Well, this one has like a lot of unsolved elements.
I know there's like some like exorcism and like ghost true crime kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a good intersections that we can dig into. So listeners, if you know what Dawson is saying right there, let him know. Rate us wherever you can. Tell your friends. Really, the only way that we can spread this is if you, the listener, tell someone you know. If every listener tells someone you know, it will literally double the amount of listeners.
Only you can share the podcast.
Yes. And you're allowed to share it with as many as you'd like.
Super allowed to share it 100 times if you want.
It does help because I do see the numbers go up after people tell me that they do this.
Yeah, we love that.
And let me know when you do it too, because I know that it's like let us know because we'll shout
you
out.
I got shared this with my grandma.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
In other news, we got some merch coming soon. Keep your eye out for that. We'll give you updates.
I'm super pumped.
Check out the fundraiser for Night Cook. It's the short film I made recently with a friend, director, and the whole cast and crew. I did basically nothing for the actual movie. I just wrote the thing originally. Everybody did all the work besides me. It was great to be on set. Check the GoFundMe if you want to donate or just share that as well.
Yeah.
We
Doing the cancer benefit.
We're doing the first annual cancer benefit for our friend Delano.
It's our first live thing.
I'll put more information about that where I can, so you can come visit it. But that will be we'll basically be emceeing the event.
Yeah,
we'll just be doing like the 5 to 15 minutes between band setting up and stuff, hyping up Delano, hyping up the bands. Yeah. I think me and Dawson are probably going to bring 2 PowerPoints each to present between the bands as like extremely fast narratives. I'm going to do one on DI, the airport, Denver airport. We're going to just do some homegrown stuff, some cool metal stuff. Keeping it light for the crowd, but it should be extremely weird. We're going to try to do some ritual type shit, get some sigils going. I think we're going to be wearing red robes.
We should have robes.
It's going to be our first event. We're going to probably both be nice and nervous, but it'll be good for us.
I'm super nervous, but it's going to be sick.
It'll be good.
It's good to be nervous.
Yeah. It's leading to bigger and better things. I know that at some point we do, and we will be taking this on the road.
Getting out of our comfort zone, man.
We'll just see what that's like. So if you want to be there, help out Delano, donate to that cause.
Yeah, just for a great cause.
Just be there for support. Maybe there's like a small entrance fee, but I think you can just come and just support.
Yeah.
I think just
being there. I think it's like $5 is like, hey, just recommended,
like $5. Right? Yeah.
But you can do more.
Mm-hmm. And I would recommend doing more. Yes.
At least 10. Come on.
Hit me up on Messenger or whatever if you want more information on that, so you can help out our buddy.
Dude got cancer.
Yeah.
Help him out.
We're gonna scare it out of him.
Yeah. It's already gone. He doesn't have it anymore.
But I know medical bills stack up. It's just an expensive thing to deal with, even in post. I know he still.
That's like the harder part.
Concerns and stuff. So we're just trying to get him back to.
If any of us got cancer, we're like in the hole like $100K.
Yes, and if anybody else has cancer and you want us to MC the event, you got it.
We're doing that now.
See how this goes. This has been Pumpkin Hill Radio. This has been our true crime episode for the
true crime,
at least for the month.
True crime.
I'm Travis Wormwood. That's Dawson Trailer.
Bye,
and we'll see you next time.
Bye. I love you.